As a man who likes to sew, I've noticed that there's kind of a barrier to entry for a man who likes to sew. When it comes to, if you want to learn how to sew, you have to have a sewing machine, and there's not really a man-friendly place to buy a sewing machine. I think a lot of guys are oddly intimidated by the idea of asking a little white-haired lady at a fabric store which sewing machine might be right for them. And while that is admittedly silly, and if you need information, then go ask the white-haired lady because she probably knows more than you do. My personal opinion, though, is that the machines that are sold at fabric stores and big box stores today are frankly junk. And if you're a man and you want to learn how to sew because you want to make outdoor gear or backpacks or hammocks or car upholstery or whatever you want to get into, I think you'd be better served by an older machine, something that's a little bit more ruggedly built. A lot of newer machines have dozens of stitches to choose from. I know for me, I need to stitch forward, I need to stitch backwards, and maybe a zigzag stitch, and I can probably do everything I need to do with that. So to that point, my recommendation, if you're a man and you want to make some manly stuff and you want to learn to sew, stay away from the fabric stores, stay away from the big box stores, and go to thrift stores and yard sales and estate sales. And you can find some really screaming good deals on old sewing machines that will run great and last forever. And by way of example, I have this. Now, I found this at a thrift store, and fortunately for me, when I saw it sitting just like this from across the room, I knew that there's a sewing machine inside here and I should go check it out. When you see something like this, if you know what you're looking for, you can immediately know it's a sewing table. One clue is there's two layers here where this panel folds up. So if you see that, then you know, hey, there might be a sewing machine in there, let me go see what it is. And it kind of, for me, it's fun because, even if I'm not looking for a machine, if I see that, I'll run over because I want to know what kind of machine it is and is it in good condition? Is it something, that I might want to buy even though I don't need it? So anyway, I spotted this one sitting at a shop, and I'll show it to you. It's a Singer Touch and Sew 758. It's an all-metal construction, all-metal exterior, or case. I believe it dates to about early 1960s. So I've researched this machine after I bought it, and what I would suggest, if you're going to spend any real money on a machine, if you see something somewhere, if you got a smartphone, maybe Google it, see if there's any kind of online support for it or parts available. Is there an online community that maybe knows something about that brand of machine? Singers, most people have heard of Singers. They've been around forever, and the older Singers are, even some of the new ones are very good, but the older machines are great machines, and there's good support for them. So if you're going to spend any real money, you can quickly do a little bit of research and see if this is something you want to get into. This machine in this table cost me $13, and at that price, I didn't think about it at all. I just bought the thing. I didn't even plug it in to see if it worked. I just figured if it doesn't work, I could probably sell the table for more than that at a yard sale, or it was worth it just for the interest of seeing if it worked. Since I've owned it for a couple of months now, I've made $260 with it, so I would say it was a pretty good investment. The thing runs like a champ. I'm going to do a video doing an actual review of this machine and show kind of what it can do, but I've reupholstered some car seats with it, worked with some heavy cordura. I've sewn a little bit of leather. It's capable of doing what I would expect from a home machine. So, but the point being, if you're in the market for a sewing machine because you want to learn how to sew and you're a man and you want to make manly stuff or whatever, and if you're a woman too, either way, $13 is pretty cheap, and in the interest of full disclosure, I put a new set of feed dogs. This machine uses rubber feed dogs, which is kind of unusual, and the feed dogs are the part that feeds the fabric underneath the needle. So I had to replace those, and I put a new foot on it just as a matter of preference, so maybe I got $38 into the machine total now. I've seen this particular model for sale locally on our online classified ads, anywhere from $75 over $100. I've seen them on online auction sites for even more, although I don't know how realistically priced they were. But I'd buy this machine for $75 in a heartbeat now that I've gotten to know it and use it. It's been fantastic, and if it bursts into flames tomorrow, I'll be looking for another one. Anyway, I've seen on the forums that I peruse frequently, guys not really knowing what kind of machine to buy or where to buy it, and buying these cheap, big box store machines, and then being very disappointed with them when they don't work. I was willing to risk being disappointed by $13, and I've not been disappointed. And I see machines all the time at thrift shops in my area for $25, $50 at the most, that would probably do a fantastic job for many, many years. So anyway, if you have questions or comments about this, leave a comment on this video, or you can email me at thejasonofalltrades@gmail.com. Thanks.